1. Encouragement from others reminds us how to be happy. Sonia Lubomirsky, a positive psychology researcher, defines happiness as the experience of joy, contentment, or positive well-being, combined with a sense that one's life is good, meaningful, and worthwhile. Many benefits come from being happy. For instance, happiness boosts productivity, makes you resilient, helps you recover from stress quickly, and primes you to perform at your best. But as great as all these benefits are, not everyone can enjoy them because many are unhappy. Raj Raghunathan needed to reconnect with his friend after 30 years to understand what happiness felt like. Raghunathan's friend reminded him of how he lived his life when he was younger. He tells of an instance when Raghunathan had an important impending exam and wasn't willing to stay up all night like his classmates. Instead, he went to bed and had 10 hours of sleep. Also, Raghunathan's friend recalled how Raghunathan showed up at a formal dinner party in a parrot green shirt and sunflower yellow bell-bottoms when others wore spiffy blue blazers and khaki slacks. Everyone made fun of him at the party that day, but he wasn't bothered. As Raghunathan listened to all the stories his friend recalled, he longed for his past self. He kept wondering what had become of him and how he had lost his innocence. Raghunathan realized he was happier as a kid than an adult and was eager to find out what was killing his happiness. Deliberately dwell on things that make you happy to stay alive. This summary gives insight into what can hinder your happiness and how to improve your happiness level. You'll also discover that the pursuit of happiness and fulfillment isn't just about becoming better, kinder, and more compassionate, but also about becoming more successful. Key point 2. Make decisions that enhance your happiness. When you ask people to make a wish, they usually forget to wish for happiness. They're comfortable asking for money, fame, and status because happiness is not a priority. Also, people prefer to sacrifice happiness for other goals, which Raj Raghunathan calls the happiness paradox. The big question then remains, why do people devalue happiness? These reasons may help to explain. We don't know what happiness really means. We harbor some negative beliefs about it. Some people even think happiness will make them lazy and selfish. Some people don't see living a happier and more fulfilling life as their ultimate goal. To improve your happiness levels, ensure you keep reminding yourself to make happiness-enhancing choices. Make happiness a priority, but don't pursue it because you must compare how you feel with how you would like to feel when you chase happiness. So, since you want to feel happier, you'll likely feel unhappy about being unhappy if you pursue happiness. To increase your happiness level daily, learn to define and incorporate happiness. To define happiness, discover what happiness means to you. When you know what happiness means to you, you'll be able to give it a greater priority. Then incorporate your definition of happiness. Ultimately, identify the things or activities that stimulate the sense of happiness as you've described it. Devalue happiness is because of medium maximization, the tendency to focus on the means to happiness rather. Raj Raghunathan. Key point 3. Many boast to hide their insecurities. Our parents, mentors, media, and society condition us to pursue superiority. They want us to do all we can to be better than others at whatever we do because they believe that superior people have a better chance of surviving whatever happens around them. For instance, when there's famine in a land, the person with the most resources has a better chance of survival than the less fortunate. However, this can make us tie our self-esteem to be superior. People seek superiority due to the need for approval, mastery, and autonomy. Pursuing superiority manifests in people well past their prime, as they try to cling to the spotlight. It also makes people want to affiliate themselves with those who are superior. Although being superior makes you happy, pursuing superiority will likely reduce your happiness. So, no matter your fame, wealth, power, or attractiveness relative to others, the greater your quest for superiority is, the less happy you'll be. Hyperfocus on materialism significantly diminishes overall happiness. Thinking of yourself as superior to others can affect the quality of your relationships. Apart from materialism, multiple other factors contribute to why striving for superiority decreases happiness. Associating self-worth with being better than others can lead to an obsession over the consequences of not reaching this objective, increasing susceptibility to depression. Moreover, the desire for superiority might result in an inflated view of oneself, obscuring awareness of personal flaws. People with an intensified fixation on excellence might forego long-term learning and development by focusing on immediate gains. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the need for greatness instills the tendency to compare oneself. Instead of pursuing superiority, chasing your flow is a better path to happiness. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi describes flow as a state of complete immersion in an activity you love and enjoy. Key point 4. Desperation for love diminishes your happiness. The need to belong, love, and connect with others is critical for human beings. Due to this need, many people enter relationships desperate for love. Although being loved makes you happy, it can cause misery and suffering if done unhealthily. A healthy desire emerges from a secure attachment style. Those with this quality want love without desperation. A confident person is comfortable loving others and doesn't feel threatened when others show affection. In contrast, those with an unhealthy desire for love tend to be needy and avoidant. They are desperate in their strive for intimacy or feel threatened when others seek intimacy with them. Being needy puts you in an unattractive state where people don't value you, leading to loneliness because no one wants to be around a needy person. Conversely, avoidants often find themselves less content with the support they receive from others, hindering their ability to partake in effective teamwork. They are also desperate and want others to make the first move towards them. However, avoidants are isolated and deprived of meaningful relationships when that move is not forthcoming. To overcome neediness and avoidance, you must express gratitude daily, practice self-compassion, and be free to love others and give to them. Loving others boosts your happiness more than the need to be loved, so make each day count by showing love. Those who are grateful enjoy a more prosperous social life because people love being around positive people. Also, when you are compassionate, you'll be able to recognize the challenges of others and connect with them better. When people derive happiness from being generous and kind, it takes their focus away from the worries and problems and towards the changes of others. Happy employees earn more. Raj Raghunathan. Key point 5. You can't control everything. Due to the main uncertainties in life, we sometimes feel threatened regarding our inability to control things. So we prefer to gravitate towards things we are confident about. However, the need for control manifests itself in different ways. It can reveal itself through the desire for clarity regarding decisions we're about to make, exhibiting overconfidence, and the illusion that we possess more influence over outcomes than is the case. Being in control feels good because it enhances happiness and gives us a sense of personal autonomy, not under someone else's control. Take control of yourself by living a healthy lifestyle, eating right, and sleeping better. Seeking control is a good thing. Being too controlling isn't. People exercise control by either being overly controlling of others or seeking control over their external environment. Exerting excessive control over others diminishes happiness due to our inherent need for independence. People usually prefer managing their own choices, so being controlled by someone else undermines their sense of self-governance. Moreover, a controlling demeanor often results in irritation and discontent, mainly when others don't act according to your expectations. Excessive control over others impairs our decision-making capabilities, as it alienates those who might disagree, leaving us encircled by yes-men. Attempting to dominate the external environment means dictating the outcomes and events in one's life. But this reduces our happiness levels because we put ourselves in a position where we must sacrifice others' things to make us happy for that outcome. Being overly controlling of results is a setup for disappointment because life is uncertain. To mitigate the desire for control, you must learn to appreciate rather than avoid uncertainty and gain sufficient internal control. To have internal control, you need to take responsibility for your happiness. Key point 6. Trusting others. Life is generally tricky if we have issues with depending on others. When you can't trust others, you won't be comfortable, and this will make you unhappy. Although trusting others helps build mutual trust, we often feel uncomfortable taking the first step. Initiating trust allows you to discover individuals worthy of your faith. Additionally, you'll play a good role in building a culture of trust. A lack of trust undermines your ability to engage others. While trusting others exposes you to potential deceit, seeking ways to increase the likelihood of forming trustworthy bonds to optimize happiness and reduce the risk of betrayal is essential. So, you have to be smart about who you trust. You don't want to spend the rest of your life distrusting everyone. It'll prevent you from reaping some essential benefits, including feeling happy. There are 4 components to exercising innovative trust. 1. Realize that people often deserve more confidence than you initially believe. 2. Recognize the positive impacts of initiating trust. 3. Focus on lessening the hurt from betrayal while enhancing the joy of reciprocating trust. And 4. Encourage more dependable behavior in others. To lessen the sting of betrayal, hold those who break your trust responsible for their actions while practicing forgiveness. Most people know forgiving others can benefit their well-being, but sometimes they can be reluctant. So consider when, whom, and what you want to forgive. Furthermore, forgiveness doesn't imply seeking reconciliation with a trust violator or endorsing their actions. It's simply a step towards releasing vindictive emotions and moving forward. Did you know? According to a survey by the National Opinion Research Center at the University of Chicago in 2020, only 14% of Americans admitted they were happy. Conclusion. Leading a life of happiness and fulfillment will take more than just figuring out the factors determining joy. It requires a heightened awareness of when, why, and in what ways we undervalue happiness and then prioritize it instead of actively chasing it. To be happy, you need an MBA. Mastery, a sense of belonging, and autonomy. Gaining mastery is having something you're good at, like painting, drawing, writing, and dancing. Feeling a sense of intimacy with at least one person will enhance your happiness. Lastly, feeling a sense of autonomy is when we, rather than others, oversee our decisions. Ensure you do everything to remain happy by staying in touch with the happiness habits and exercise you've learned in this summary. Be conscious of the people you surround yourself with and the environment, because both will impact your thoughts and actions. For instance, it'll be easier for you to eat right if you have healthy foods in your home. Likewise, if you know you have people around you who are always obsessed with the lack of things, try to avoid their company. The actions of others are contagious, so it's advisable to be in the company of those pursuing happiness and fulfillment goals. Finally, being open-minded is key to your happiness. To achieve this, start practicing mindfulness, which involves being open to and accepting whatever comes. Try this. Reflect on moments when you experienced joy due to a specific activity, individual, or event. Then, list things that ignited that positive feeling and be grateful for those things.